Can you carry me?
I'm going to touch myself and cast light.
Cyrus, no!
I trust your whiskey taste. I trust your judgment.
So it can speak. We get its tongue now.
I'm not sure there's been an occasion where any of us have been particularly stealthy.
It probably wouldn't have worked, but we should have tried. Why are we so stupid?
I think the lesson from this is that I need to stop listening to you guys.
And it's at this moment we realize the DM is an idiot. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 12th session of As Below, So Above. Where we last left our heroes, they had abandoned the gorge, leaving it completely as it should have been this whole time, with the crystal and everything back as it should be. You guys ventured back to Mirage Market without going inside the market, and then started going down, I believe it was Echo's Valley. And then you took a left turn and started going to what you suspect was towards Babel's Bridge, I believe, because you could see the bridge up in the distance. You were told to avoid the lake because it would corrupt your soul. You're not quite sure what that means, but you know what corruption means, you know what souls are, and you think that's probably not good. So you avoided that, which was potentially wise, but you're not sure because your guys' wisdom is all in the tank. And you fought some sort of exoskeleton, medium-sized calipater things that were eating these fleshy rocks. And you swiftly made dust of them. And then you crest the hill and saw something off in the distance that I did not describe at the time. And you guys are wandering up. You're now very high up in the valley. So if you remember correctly, there's this big valley that had a whole bunch of bones scattered about in it, completely covering the rock floor. And yeah, so you're very high up. There's this bridge that you can't quite make out yet. And on the other side of that is the large mountain that you presume is where Echo's Peak is. Also, how could we forget? You guys saw Echo. It was that endearing serpent dragon looking thing with a couple dozen pairs of bat wings and a dragon-like face.
Ah, yes.
So cute.
Endearing, that's the word.
Yes, endearing, benevolent, compassionate looking creature.
From a distance, just a little guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could take your fingers and squish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with that, there's these flesh rocks. You guys kind of see that some of them have been completely stripped. Basically, those bugs must have been making their way down. And let me just give you guys all a quick little perception roll over here. Oh, nice. So that would be Cyrus and Jens. And I don't believe everyone has good perception. So you guys, the rest of you don't really see this, but you guys notice the bridge in a little bit more detail than your friends, and you're thinking it's made out of bones. It's very sparse, too. It kind of looks like a classic Indiana Jones style bridge over the large chasm, thinking I wouldn't want to cross that if I had other options, but I don't know if I have other options, so maybe I'll cross this bridge. But you guys do know of other options to get over there, because there was, going through the valley or going across that lake, which was potentially deadly. So there are other options. So I'm not trying to railroad you into crossing this bridge, but you do notice it's made of skeletons and bones and all that fun stuff. You can point this out to the rest of the party if you would like.
Yeah, I am going to point this out to the rest of the party and just say, hey guys, so that bridge over there, I think it's made out of bones. I wasn't really expecting that, but it's kind of weird.
I
It's a
mean,
good aesthetic.
it is a good essay. I mean, my bones are pretty strong, so clearly the bridge must be strong for us to cross
Yeah.
through, right?
It's pretty practical. There's so many bones around.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Do you guys continue approaching the bridge?
Yeah,
Well,
let's.
before we do, is there any signs of the demons that Bo described? He said there might be demons on the bridge or guarding the bridge or something like that, and he was quite worried about that, and then said, "Oh, but maybe not. It's been a while. I haven't been up there in a long time." So, can we see anything moving or anything guarding or on or nearby?
From this distance, you can't see any creatures. You guys are still several hundred feet away from the bridge, so it's pretty far. and it's hard to make out if something's moving. If there is anything there, it's not moving, and potentially trying to not alert passengers of their presence. If there were such a thing there. Maybe
Their
it's just completely
presence.
safe to pass.
Plural.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Or
So-
no one, you know, they could be no one.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
Or no ones.
Or no ones, yes.
No ones.
Or no yens.
Well, I reckon that's the bridge our friend Bo told us about. Might
I
as well
trust
head
Bo.
over there and see what kind of demons he was talking about. Or
Yeah.
demons
Mhm.
that have long since gone away.
Ideally.
Exactly.
Yes, no
Let's take it as it
chasm is
comes.
crossed without a bridge.
Hmm.
Very
look
wise.
Stoically off across the distance and just nod with my club over my shoulder.
Barra will just start like, you know, power walking that way. Staff in
Yep.
hand.
I'll follow along. As
Mhm.
we're getting closer, what can I tell what the what other than bone is the bridge made out of? Like, what is the rope replacement, or is it all bone?
As you guys get closer, there's some more detail I will describe to the bridge. One of which you notice at least the close end, and kind of looks to be on the far end too, but that's a little ways away, which I'll get to in a second. You notice that there is kind of this upright scaffolding, almost like a very poorly constructed suspension bridge. So there appears to be some sort of lines connecting to various parts of the bridge. However, it only goes maybe a third of the way, and then it looks on the last third of the bridge. So across from you, there's a similar sort of pattern, sort of symmetry to the bridge. As much symmetry as you can have in something made of unique bones. And you know, it's about this time I'll turn on the video for this, so just give me a hot moment here.
Cool.
Oh, that's ominous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Strange.
So
Ooh.
hopefully you
Oh,
guys
that's a
can
bridge.
see the little sign there. One
Nicely done,
square
Joe.
is 15 feet. So
Nice.
Dang.
that is your
Okay.
It's a long
bridge.
bridge.
Yeah, so that is 20 squares across, which basically amounts to 300 feet, if I remember correctly, for how math works.
And
Well,
it's
it's not
made of a
help.
bunch of bones, right? It's not
So
made of
many
one big bone. Okay.
No, yeah, it's a bunch of humanoid sized bones. From what you can see at the distance you guys are still at. Let me just put you guys onto the map. Are you guys gonna approach right up to the bridge, or are you gonna keep a safe distance? This is the question I have.
Well, is there anything that we notice that means we shouldn't get close to the bridge?
Let's say at this point you guys are about 60 feet away. You don't notice anything. Hang on a second. See what they're.
I think if no one else sort of makes a move, Jens will lead the way, but moving half speed and actively looking around. And then if there's any like boulders or things that are in the path, and take like a wide berth around them. You know, like if you have a friend who you think is like around your yard waiting to jump out with a squirt gun, you like take a wide berth around everything, so to not give them that like point blank shot.
That's such a good description.
Thank you. Yeah, squirt guns on the mind.
You're looking for a rock to hide behind,
What's that?
correct? You're looking for a rock to hide behind?
No, opposite. I'm not hiding. I'm looking for where other things might be hiding and taking like a wide berth around them to safely check behind them.
So I'll paint a better word picture for you guys. So as you approach this, the rocks that had the flesh on them are more interior to the edge. So when it comes to where this bridge is and where the edge of the cliff is, it's pretty much barren, flat rock that you're standing on. There's no protruding rock or any big boulders for stuff to hide behind. So it's pretty flat and then sharp drop off. It becomes like a 90-degree cut almost. So if you were walking up to the edge here, which would be right about here. That would be basically just, so something could be hiding if there's like a little nook or alcove in that cliff face, or maybe further along under the bridge, just out of your sight lines. The bridge is about 5 feet in width, so it's medium creatures can just walk along it. You guys could pass each other on the bridge, but it doesn't look to be the sturdiest thing, so I don't know how safe that would be, or you don't know how safe that would be. I know how safe that is.
Okay, then I'll still move like slowly and cautiously across the open ground until I get up to the edge of it. And then I don't go right to the bridge, I go to one side of it, whatever the close side is, even further back.
Okay. Remember, these are 15-foot squares, so that is a
Yeah.
distance of about like, so that'd be 30 feet away
I
right there.
still want to be further from the bridge perpendicular wise, so that way I can peek over the edge of the cliff, looking like down and along the edge, checking for anything there, and then checking underneath the bridge to the best of my ability.
Yeah, because of the length that this bridge stretches, you can only see pretty much in the immediate vicinity under the bridge. Other than that, your
sure.
angle gets too. The angle's just not correct for it.
Yeah.
And you do a very active perception check, and Jens is almost certain the coast is clear from this part of the bridge, at least.
All right.
You see anything over there, Jens?
I don't see anything. Looks like everything is clear. Keep your eyes peeled all the same.
All right. Good to know. Thanks.
Hati is gonna go to the edge of the cliff and just look down to see how far of a drop that is.
Good call, good call.
It's hard to say from this height. Hati can roll me a investigation check
Okay.
to see if he can surmise how far down this fall would be.
That's gonna be a 17 on the die and -2, so 15.
Nice, 15. Well, just on first glance, it's definitely hundreds of feet down. Looking and kind of looking off in the distance to see the slope and figuring, how far up you guys have come, you're thinking it is no more than 800 feet up. You're not certain how close it is to 100, but you can't be more than 800 feet up.
Guys, that valley was actually looking quite nice. Just saying, that's still an option.
We'd have to climb back up out of the valley, right? The mountain is still up from here. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta go up, man.
From looking across at the other side of the bridge, I know it's quite a ways away, but what sort of path seems to continue on up from the other side of the bridge? And does the bridge go upwards, or is it pretty much straight across?
It's a great question. Oh, that's cocked. Actually, no, you can roll this one for yourself. Roll a investigation check on basically everything you just said. This does not need to be behind the screen. And I may have rolled poorly for you, so.
Right. That's an 18 on the die, so a 16.
See, I rolled you an 8, so that's better.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you're looking at this bridge, and upon investigating it, looking for a path, you notice that you can't quite see a path. And then looking back down the length of the bridge, you're noticing it's gaining a lot of height as you go up. This is not a flat across. It's going up easily 60 feet, but it's hard to say because how it slopes and goes up. It might be a little bit of an optical illusion, but you could say it's probably going up at the minimum 30 feet, but you're not sure how much higher than that. Maybe it's 60 to 100 feet up. Hard to say. At least 30 feet.
Okay.
And then from the distance, you can't really see an obvious path. You're wondering if it's going to be a harder climb than the last mountain, Mount Blood, you went up.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I don't see anything, guys. Should we just maybe not go all at once? Maybe one at a time, make sure that the bridge is stable across this bridge?
Which of us is the smallest? Hati?
Hati, probably. You look pretty small there. I'm not sure how light you are. I don't like to judge people's weight, but I think you're probably the shortest anyways.
You're also the strongest.
Yeah, okay, I am quite strong, lots of muscle there, but I will take
Hati
the
is
hit.
the lightest of you guys. I just did a quick
don't-
fact check
Well,
on
I
that.
I
wasn't
don't
going
know
to
if I
assume
love
that.
the idea of going one at a time because it's such a long bridge. We're going to end up very divided and unable to support each other.
Do you want to partner up then? Every more physically abled person partners up with a less physically abled person.
I would argue that we're all approximately equally strong.
That's fair.
Well,
Mhm.
everybody's
I-
strong in different ways.
We all have our
I
own
might look it,
strengths.
but let me assure you, no.
Looking between like Jens and Samson, I think we're strong in different ways.
Hmm.
Hati's 3 times stronger than Jens and Orpheus. That's
There
just
we
the
go.
literal truth.
But also
So is Samson.
small.
Also small but mighty.
Well, we still probably want to test out this bridge a little bit.
Look, if we're something else that might work. If we're worried about the bridge just collapsing, I think that I should go with whoever is crossing. Because again, I'm reasonably confident I can do something in the case of a fall.
Okay. We can go together then.
What if we all ran together really fast so that if it does start collapsing, we
can
just
beat the
run
collapse.
across and hopefully get across before it completely fails?
It's so long. How fast can
I
you
mean-
run?
Good point. Not that
300
fast.
300 feet. I mean, we can do that in a minute.
I could do that in
In a
half that
minute.
time, man. Come on.
While this discussion's going on, we're close to the bridge now, right? We're not 60
I'm
feet
ass-
away.
I'm assuming you
I-
guys have stopped going any closer because people told me they didn't want to get within a certain distance. So I'm assuming you guys are all like here, Clay, which again is each one of these squares is effectively 3 squares on
Okay.
a map.
Well, okay. Vero's going to turn to the party and just say, well, let me get a closer look at this thing and start walking towards the bridge. And hopefully that doesn't trigger any events. Because
No one else joins, I'm assuming.
what
I'm
Vero
gonna
would
stay
like to do,
within 30 feet of Vero.
Vero would like
Ah.
to go up and put a hand on the bridge. Not
Okay.
stepping onto the bridge, but just touching the bridge, getting up close to it.
This
To
feels like
assess
Dark
it.
Souls.
Hati's kind of realizes that he's gonna have to go, so he's also gonna go up just like to test the.
But
I'm
again,
just
not
standing
stepping
there
onto the
looking
bridge,
anxious.
touching, the structure of the bridge from the outside.
Joe, those train track pieces on the bridge, are those like anything that we distinguish as being unique kind of features of the bridge, or?
No, they're well, yeah, they're ladders, but I just put them there to indicate that it's not a solid bridge. I wanted to give the illusion that there's gaps here. So that's kind of what it's
okay.
there for.
Right.
Okay,
Really
it's
just
kinda
speaking to
rickety,
the image here.
bones.
It's just this is just marking where the bridge is, and then that's just kind of like adding some aesthetic, but I only have 3
Got
of
it,
them. I
got it,
didn't
got it.
have
Yeah.
I don't know how many I need to cover it, but
But
I
it's
didn't
kind
have
of
that many.
it's composed that way in the sense that it's made of bones, like it's almost like a kind of wooden bridge kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like basically instead of it just being cruddy wooden planks strung across string, it seems to be bones that are stitched together with some sort of twine or something that resembles twine, and then making those sort of crappy little plywood steps. And
Got it.
then the cross part that's going perpendicular to the chasm, that is also bones, but again strung together with some sort of twine-ish substance. And everyone who's not in that front 3 is too far away to figure out what it is, but Vero, you reach out and put your hand on the bridge. You notice something a little bit interesting is that the bones are cold. And the reason that's interesting is because of how hot everything has been around you in this environment, right? I've described the air as being very warm. It's been a very hot area. And if you guys were alive, you'd be suffering negative effects because of how warm it is. The bones are cold, like noticeably cold.
Well, I have never seen such a cold bone hanging in such a hot area before. My friends, this is something new to me. And outside of the RP, what Vero will be doing while touching the bones is casting Detect Magic.
Nice.
And yeah.
Yeah, so you're doing that. I want to roll something for what the hell color was Yen's? Yeah.
The color that rolls highest.
Wasn't he white?
Yeah, that's what I think. So, okay, so not Vero, but Jens and Hati notice that. But going back to Clay, so detect magic, you notice that the bridge does seem to be magical. I just want to read detect magic to see what more information I want to give you about that. But it is a level 1 spell, so you should get some stuff. You should get more than it's magic.
Well, it's a class spell for me, so I think it would still be cast at level 1.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I
Yeah,
don't think
it doesn't say,
scales.
but it's my racial, not class
Okay.
feature, my racial feature. Don't even have to use a spell slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't hot linked. Damn it.
Oh, it is in mine if you want it.
Oh, it is? Oh, is it in
In
the
mine.
is it in the racial spot?
Under features, yeah.
That's why I was in the spells. Yeah, perfect. That's awesome. That's what I wanted. Okay. And then I'm going to have a quick think about what school of magic this would be.
Nice.
Um,
You know, maybe we can try to strengthen this bridge before we start going across it. Or like, if we aren't all going across, we can support the bridge somehow from one side.
Well,
Not too sure.
give me a second. I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure out
you seem to be doing
how
something.
strong this here bridge is. I've got a way with bridges. That's something my daddy taught me. Just give me a few moments.
I didn't know that you were a bridge master.
Oh, far from it.
Clay, it is transmutation magic. So the school of magic responsible for altering the properties of environments, objects, and persons.
All right. I think I figured a thing or two about this here bridge. Bones are cold. They're not in their natural state of being. Something's holding them together beyond this here twine or sinew or cold animal bones. There's something else going on here. I figure whatever magic is holding this bridge together is meant to hold something, and we oughtn't need to worry too much about its stability. Either the magic will hold or it won't. In which case, we'll have bigger things to worry about.
Oh, so you're saying it's
Wait.
magical? Okay, I have full faith. I'm gonna start almost walking towards the bridge.
Wait. Does anyone have like an illusion spell? Because we could pretend that there was a guy walking across the bridge and see if anything attacks it.
Quickly thumbing through spellbook just to confirm, but I don't think so.
Oh,
Ati,
not
would
me.
this
I
have
don't know
caused you to
anything about
halt?
magic.
I will. It's like halt, but almost like itching to go. I'm like, come on, it's fine. It's magical. Like, come, what could go wrong?
Well, at least take Jens with you, just in case.
Okay, Jens.
I'm in favor of everyone moving as a blob so we don't get separated.
How
I
about two
concur.
blobs?
Have we all moved up to the bridge now?
Oh, yeah.
Can I kind of make my way to the front of the party and go, look, friends, I'll show how safe it is. And then I use magnified presence to stomp on the bridge and create tremors on it with my foot.
That's a good idea.
So, you're using your presence, your special ability to do that, right?
Magnified
Yeah.
presence, yeah, stomp on the
So
ground and create tremors.
You create these tremors, and it does appear to go through the bridge, but it unnaturally dampens short than you would expect. For those who would normally expect things to dampen out and know when that should happen.
Damping constant was very high. I get it.
The damping constant was very high, yeah.
You see, it's
question.
fine. Exactly. And I'm actually gonna walk onto the bridge and I'm like
Oh,
gonna
no.
almost gonna do like the jumping thing to show people that it's fine.
All right. Well, you've
As
sold
Jens
me.
follows you on the swaying bridge, please don't.
I reckon whatever's held this bridge up for so many years will continue to hold it up today, and then
It could have
Sure,
been
we'll-
built yesterday. We
follow.
don't know.
But it's magical.
no. Our friend Bo told us about this bridge and said it's been ages since he's been here. I reckon it could have
What if
been
it's a different
years at
bridge?
least.
I don't see
I'm
any
just
other bridges
standing at the
around.
edge of the bridge, not wanting to cross.
When Hati stepped on the bridge and you guys were having this discussion, Samson, who was not involved with this, but noticing that his huge presence was not as huge as he was expecting to be, and then seeing Hati jump onto the bridge, looks back and you notice the creature known as Echo seems to have let out a streak that the rest of the party did not notice, but it seems to be making its way towards you guys. However, it was very far away in the distance, but somehow it's noticed you on this bridge as soon as Hati stepped foot on it. So,
Oh god.
Should we quickly run to the other side of the bridge now? I think we could probably make it before it gets here.
I
Yes.
reckon.
All right, full steam ahead.
Full
So-
steam ahead.
going to the map, I just want to articulate. So, while the grid is set up to be each square is 15 by 15, on the bridge, think of them as 5 by 15. So, just because I can't really put you guys on a third
Oh,
of a
it still
square,
only is 5 feet wide.
it's still only 5 feet wide. Yeah. So, I
Okay.
realize that's not quite clear. So, what I'm going to do is, because I can't put you all really in the same spot that you be, you're going to be this little tugboat. So, I'll put the tugboat on. That's the party. And then if for whatever reason we need a combat area that's more spread out, I put this little grid off to the side. You know, if we need it, it's just there
We won't
in
need it. It's
case-
okay.
in case we need it. You know, it's
For
kind of like when you
what?
take when you take a first aid kit camping. You know, you're not going to use it, but in case you need it, you have it. So this is your
If you
first aid
didn't
kit.
bring it, then you would 100% need it.
Exactly. So I put it on the
Just
table
like your
so you won't
raincoat.
need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, the raincoat.
So we had
Well,
Hati in the front. How'd you guys like to go on this bridge?
I would like to
Uh,
try to convince Samson to carry me because I am very scared.
That actually worked way too well.
How are you going to try to convince Samson to carry you?
I'm gonna start talking about how I wish that there was someone who was strong enough to carry me, and then lament that there is no one strong enough to carry me in this party.
Well, we have previously discussed Hati's strength, and now Hati is the strongest of us all, to be sure.
If only there was someone really tall, also, so that I was also high off the ground and it wasn't so scary.
Yes, if only we had someone like that in the group. A good balance of strength and tallness. Ah, to be
Samson,
sure.
I think Orpheus means you.
Moi.
Yeah.
Ah, Orpheus, would you like perhaps to ride upon my shoulder in the case of your safety, and should we need to throw you at an enemy very quickly to respond to some kind of ambush.
Yeah, if you sure, if you wanted to carry me, I could be carried for sure.
Hop on up here, friend.
Samson, you can carry Orpheus on your shoulders. It will slow you down a little bit, but not by enough for me to actually care to make it matter for the party and stretch you guys out, because that's just gonna be annoying. But what it will do is
Sure.
make it very difficult for you to use your club. So you'll be disadvantaged on all attacks while you're encumbered with Orpheus.
Well, he's
No
gonna throw
worries.
me as soon as there's combat.
Club
Yeah.
takes precedence. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're in a fight, Orpheus is getting flung.
Just be sure you throw Orpheus somewhere, preferably on the bridge still, or to land, like not just over the side of the bridge.
Yeah.
The other
sure.
thing is you would need to put your club down to throw Orpheus, because throwing Orpheus is a two-handed endeavor. Just
Okay.
I want you to just be aware of this before I got you in a gotcha situation in a little bit where it's like, haha, you have to choose your club or your friend.
You can put me down if you want. I'll just be
Yeah,
really
okay, I'm kind of-
salty about it.
you-
I'm gonna
I'm
be
kind of
salty
like,
about it the rest of the
You're
day.
on my shoulder, and I'm realizing how cumbersome it is to also carry the club, and I'm like, this isn't going to work, little guy. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to figure something else out when we get off this bridge, and you'll be fine. I'll be right here.
Okay, I'll be fine. I'm gonna walk on this bridge because it's very safe, and I feel very safe walking on this bridge.
It's perfectly safe. I shot from right in front as I'm running.
That's a good question. Are
I
you
don't
guys
share
running?
Hati's confidence, but Orpheus, we will all look after you. I
Oh,
promise.
thank you.
Are you guys running or are you walking?
I think we run.
I
Running.
feel like we should
Run.
run. Yeah.
I think fast. Well, I mean, how far away? How much time do we have before Echo gets to us?
That is a good
Is
question.
it running speed worthy?
Echo was described as being at least a mile away from you, maybe more or less, and it doesn't look like you guys have gotten any closer to Echo when you've been walking your path. So
We could probably
you're not sure
take
what
it
the speed of this
slowly.
thing is.
It's
Yeah, you guys
fine.
could probably walk and be fine. Remember that the bridge is 300 feet, and that takes a minute to walk.
There's no way that Echo can get here in a minute.
Exactly. That's probably what Cyrus thinks too.
Yeah, just in case. Or actually, no, I'll be too distracted in front of the bridge, so I'm just gonna keep walking.
So Hati starts off running, then notices no one else is running. Is like, I will slow my roll there.
This is a place of twisted time, confusion, possibly twisted space. Let's run. And Jens is gonna like tap Hati on the back, be like, let's go.
I'm
Let's
running
go.
again.
Oh yeah.
Run,
I'm
walk,
running. I
run.
want to be off as soon as possible.
Okay, so you guys
Absolutely.
went from a run to a walk back to a run. And you get to about this spot here, and that's when Hati and Cyrus both hear a voice inside their heads that effectively says, "Why are you leaving so fast? You just got here. Stay." And I want you to both roll a wisdom save. DC 13.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And by wisdom, you mean wisdom.
That
So
is
that's going to be a -2.
that's gonna be a solid 4.
Great work, guys.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
yep,
wait,
yep.
can I use my inspiration?
Yep. Hati,
Okay.
you also have inspiration.
Yeah, I do have inspiration. I'll also use my inspiration.
You can get over one. I believe in you.
That's gonna
13.
be A 10.
So Hati is unfazed by this, but Cyrus freezes. You guys look around you, including Cyrus, who's stunned, and a good chunk you notice. And by a good chunk, I mean Vero, Jens, and Orpheus, that there are some things underneath the bridge staring at you with an eye.
And I.
Everyone roll initiative, please.
Like Babel.
Like Babel.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh, at 20.
I
I'm
don't
so
know how
glad
much
that I
that'll
got
come in
nat
handy.
20 for my initiative roll when I don't get to do anything the first round.
Could it be?
I
Alright,
either
cool.
roll super high or super low for initiative.
Yeah,
No tens.
Same.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like that's our
5
party in general.
plus 1, 6.
S1 got a 19. What is
Eight,
S1?
18. Oh, that's one of your monsters. It's S stands for Smonster.
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 It's a smonster monster.
It's a
The
Smonster
smelly
monster.
guy under the bridge.
And
And
now a
then-
moment from our sponsor, Smonster Energy Drinks.
Episode brought to you by Smonster.
They help keep this podcast alive.
We just took monster cans and put an S on it, and now it's a different brand. Don't sue
Exactly.
us.
Rebranding.
You could buy them out of my locker at high school.
How about some W and W's? You just take the M&Ms and turn them upside down.
Perfect.
Mm.
There we go.
Legally
We didn't get
distinct from
sponsorship
M&Ms.
from them though, so
That's
Only
true.
from Smonster.
Joe, I also got a 18 on my initiative, and my dex is 12. Does Monster go before me or after me?
Smonster goes before you.
No.
Damn.
Smonster has better decks than you.
Better than
And it's
12?
just-
I mean,
That's why you
considering
guys
that they're
didn't notice
hanging
it.
upside down on a bridge, maybe they have good decks.
Nah.
It's true.
If they're just magical.
Of course.
Like the bridge, Hati. Like the bridge.
Like the bridge. Like the bridge.
Are they the bridge or are they under the bridge?
We're
Let's
all the
find out.
bridge.
The bridge is the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, so I will that's your guys' lineup, and then I have some Smonsters for you. I won't put them on the board yet. They're still under the bridge. You can't see them. Well, you can like see their eye.
So is it one eye between all the monsters?
Jens rolled decently good. Yeah, Jens sees two eyes. Kind of like Cyclops style eyes. They're larger than a
Okay.
humanoid eye.
Okay.
And yeah, we got the order here. So Mr. Zaral, that's your turn.
Cyrus is just gonna
Manufactured
he's just gonna pray a little bit and be like, get out of my head. I don't like you speaking to me.
How would you
please-
attack if you were to attack? You use a longsword, right?
I have a longsword, yeah.
Okay, so roll a d4, please.
Oh no.
1, 2,
Where's
3,
my
4.
D4s? There it is. That's a 4.
Oh boy.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cyrus swings to his right, aggressively, like he was trying to attack something. And
Do I
that's the
hit
end of your
anything?
turn. No, there's nothing there.
Ah,
I just gave 4 directions where you could hit. It was a 50-50 if you hit one of your friends. As you were
I see.
confused by this whole situation. And
Cyrus Zaral is confused. It struck one of its friends in its confusion.
it was not very
Beautiful.
effective.
Not
There's no
effective
great
at all.
effect. It is Smonster number one's turn, and Smonster number one looks like a cultist, but it's not. But it's green. And
It's
this thing
green.
flies up, and it's about just off of the bridge, and it's floating. And you guys recognize this thing as a specter. So those are the little beholders. They're green, and they have more eyeballs that you're seeing now on the ends of their tentacles, but the big one is the one that Jens and Pharaoh and Orpheus saw. This thing is going to gaze directly at Hati. And Hati, I need you to make a DC 13 Constitution save.
Ugh, okay.
Yeah.
Oof. 13?
And remember, you're disadvantaged because you lost at pool.
It's okay. Damn it.
What?
Oh,
One.
so Swap and I were playing pool last Tuesday, and we were trying to make it more interesting, so we're putting bets out there. And one of the things we bet on was if he won, he got inspiration. And I beat him 3 games in a row, and I'm like, we need to raise the stakes here. You're not losing anything if you lose. So I said, if you lose this game, you're disadvantaged on everything for the first round of the next combat you're in.
Oh.
And he
But I
lost.
did win inspiration the next time, and that's
Yes,
what
you
led
did.
me not being stunned the last round. So.
Yes, exactly.
So
Oh, that-
what's
Stakes
the
were
in-game
too
reason
high.
for Hati being disadvantaged?
He's
Is
way
his-
too
is his
excited about the
soul-
magical bridge.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. That's
It
a
works.
0. Non-natural.
Mark down a level of exhaustion with necrotic damage.
Oof. Oh, indeed. That's a new damage type. Now I
Yes,
actually
indeed.
I am going to be disadvantaged on all ability checks.
Nice. Except for medicine checks.
Yes.
And then the thing floats up a little bit into the air. So it's 1 square over and 1 square up. And then with that, it's Yen's turn.
Would Jens have clocked the fact that because we have mini beholder type things and Cyrus just took a wild swing in the air, that those things would be connected?
Well, I'm answering that question for you. I also would like you to make the same save that Swap made.
That was a
Constitution, DC 13.
Constitution. Okay. With my full -5.
Yeah.
So I need a nat 20.
No, it's 13,
In
not 15.
18 or
Oh, 13. Okay, so 18
yeah.
better. All right, all right.
Yeah, it's easy.
Need a new rolling tray. I can't do anything that's not cocked. Yeah, no, that's a 4.
Necrotic damage for you too. And the answer to your question is you're not sure.
Okay, then we're gonna keep it simple. And once I mark down first level of exhaustion, necrotic, we're gonna firebolt the floaty dude. That is probably gonna be a miss. That is a 3 on the die for
That's a miss.
7 total, I think.
That's a miss.
Yeah. Oh, that was an 8.
Well, yeah.
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 much fun.
Yes. Would you like to continue moving along the bridge as part of your turn? Because you're not engaged. You can squeeze past Hati. It will slow you down a little bit, but you can get a little bit further up.
No, I'll stay where I am in the line, close to everybody. Can I move to the side to make it easier for people to move past me if they so
Nope,
choose?
because the bridge is just 5 feet wide, remember?
Okay. Okay.
So they can still move through you as long as you're not engaged, but it does count as
Yeah.
double movement.
I was just thinking of like trying to like get like right up along one side, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all good. That's my turn.
Alrighty. I will say you can do that if you want. I will get you to roll an acrobatics check to not fall off the bridge if you would like to try that, but
I don't think it's that important to move right now. We're gonna stay where we are, but thank you for the offer.
you're welcome. And Hati, it is your turn now.
Yeah, I guess I cannot really swing anywhere, but I
No, it's a
can,
little bit away.
yeah, it's a little bit away, so I think I am just gonna shoot it with my crossbow. Or sorry, not crossbow. What do I have? I forgot what ranged thing I have. Oh, I do have a light crossbow. Yeah. So I'll shoot my light crossbow, and I do believe I get the battle courage, so I can add a D4 to it. Is this also disadvantage, or is this still
Yep.
the first round?
Still the first
Okay.
round of combat, still disadvantage.
Cool. That's okay, because I got 16 to hit.
Nice. There you go. Yeah, that does hit. You fire your crossbow and shoot this thing into its body.
Body. Got it. And that's gonna be 1d8 plus 2. Ooh, not man. Let's go. And ooh, max damage. So that's gonna be 10 damage.
Nice.
10 damage
It's
to
definitely dead at
monster
this
number
Oh,
point.
one.
sorry, 9
That's
damage.
nice.
9 damage.
Okay.
Still
It's
dead.
modified.
It's fine.
Exactly.
It's totally dead.
Totally.
You strike this thing with your crossbow and the bolt gets absorbed into its stomach. It looks like it did some damage, but it's still up and looks meaner than ever.
Well, I can do a second attack because of battle courage with my
Yeah.
bonus action. And this
Nice.
time I don't get to add the D4, but that's a 12 to hit.
That does not. Your crossbow just misses this time.
Damn. And yeah, I guess that's my turn. I'm gonna actually.
But your crossbow missing, you do note the trajectory and figure out that you're pretty sure the bridge is 700 feet up from where you currently are, based off of hearing
Nice.
the thing go.
Well, that definitely am not more scared of trying to fight this thing in the middle of the
Alright.
bridge.
Speaking of not being scared on the bridge, it's Orpheus's turn.
All right. I'm once again gonna lament only having a horn and not my lyre. And I'm going to take my horn out and blow it at the beholder and say it is not a sight to behold.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
let's go. And that's a wisdom save from,
Shots
right?
fired.
yep.
All right. And your DC is 11.
13.
Oh, yeah, it fails.
Yeah. Yay. Okay.
You can see this scepter blushing. And as
Haha.
everyone knows, scepters blush a purple color on top of their green, luscious cheeks. So it's clearly blushing.
That
And now
just-
disadvantaged, or someone, the next person to attack this scepter has advantage until
Oh,
Emily's
it's a
turn.
scepter. It's a piece of
It
royal
has-
insignia.
Spectre.
It has
Spectator.
disadvantage. Spectator, right?
Yeah. I can't
Yeah, it
read,
does
Riley.
3
You know that.
damage.
3 damage? Okay.
And it has disadvantage, not the other way.
Oh, it has disadvantage. Okay.
Yep.
Nice. How could I forget Fish's mockery?
And then,
then
sorry.
sorry. Nope,
I will
it's your
then
turn.
inspire. I will inspire Samson.
Oh.
I keep meaning to like make up very specific inspiration lines for everyone, but I don't have any at the moment. So it will just be something about him being very strong.
Orpheus, you're too kind. Even when I wouldn't pick you up and carry you across the bridge.
Okay, that's my turn.
And with that, it goes to Smonster number 2. And Smonster number 2 comes into play and floats right up to where Samson is. And this monster. That was good, Clay. That was good. I'm gonna have to put that in text over top so people know the cleverness of that pun. Um, Speaking of clever attacks, this thing is gonna try and bite Samson. And it's gonna miss. So it comes up, tries to bite Samson, but Samson's muscles are just too muscular and its teeth cannot penetrate the
That's right.
raw power that this man has. So tries to bite and then fails miserably. And
Quality.
that's its turn. So so with that it goes to Samson.
Nice. All right, we're gonna do battle courage again, I suppose, or yeah, we're gonna copy Hati and go to club this little musk that's right beside me
Oh, with the huge club.
with the huge club. That's right. That's why the club takes precedence. So I've got to add a D4 to that, right?
The attack you can add the add the D4 because of battle courage. That's right.
Nice. Yeah, and then the attack modifier is 4, so the total is 16.
Oh, right, because you guys leveled up. 16. Yeah, you definitely hit. You're doing it two-handed to stun this guy?
Two-handed, that's right. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Nice. So I'll roll the it's the 1d10 plus 3, right?
Yes, because your strength mod is +3. Yeah, that's correct.
Nice.
And
Oh,
then
10 plus 3.
Let's go.
Nice. And then I'll make a second attack if he's still alive.
yeah, alive and stunned.
Do stunned creatures fall?
They would if they were not immune to the prone condition.
Okay.
What about the inspiration that I got? Am I supposed to be rolling with advantage or
Oh, so
if
the
you've- yeah.
Go ahead.
bardic inspiration? I can take a d6 and add it, right? Is that the thing?
Yep.
At my choosing.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can do it after the
Yeah.
roll too. So roll first
So
and
if
then
you think
decide.
it fails, yeah.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Well, I rolled an 18, so sure they won't need that.
Yeah, that's a success given that the 16 was.
And roll a 6 on the d10 plus 3 for the club, so 9 damage. And do I have that crusher feat at this point, Joe, or have I
Yeah,
not gotten
yeah.
that yet? I
I
do.
think-
Okay.
Yeah, I think we all got those major racial traits. So yeah, I think you do have the crusher feat.
Well, this wasn't a racial trait. This was a feat.
Yeah, I think we baked it into that. So you definitely got that
Oh,
because
nice.
that's
Sweet.
So
And it's just the one property of that whole crusher feat, right?
yeah.
Just the one
just
where
the-
I can. Okay, so I hit it so hard that
Yeah.
it goes flying 5 feet.
Yeah.
On
And
the
not only
second
does
hit.
it go flying 5 feet, it continues to topple over and fall all the way to the ground as you completely bludgeon this thing to death with
Hell yeah.
2 smashes
That's
of
right.
your epic club.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Taking out my anger on this thing.
And Hati, you're almost certain that you're 700 feet up by also hearing the fall of the spectator.
Yeah, that's a far way down.
Yep. Yeah, that was awesome.
Good times.
And yeah, anything else you'd like to do there, Samson?
No, I think I used my bonus action for the second
Yeah.
attack, right? So I can't parry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Sweet.
And then with that, it takes us to Vero.
All right. Vero's going to say, I've seen some of these creatures before, and they are never up to any good. And then, like, point his staff out towards them and, unbeknownst to him, cast Magic Missile. So
that just hits.
I guess it just hits. Yeah. So do I roll 3 times, or do I roll once and multiply by 3? Because all 3 will go to the same.
3 times.
Roll 3 times. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it'll be +3
Mm.
effectively.
So that's 10 points of damage.
Yeah, you fire all those missiles off and strike this spectator or scepter 3 times. And you deal quite a bit of damage in total, and this thing looks pretty bruised and hurt. You know it's bruised because spectators bruise green. So it's green all over now.
I thought their skin was green.
It is.
But now it's green all over from the bruises.
But now it's green all over from the bruises instead of being
green on
green all over
green.
from the skin tone. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like a
Makes
Deadpool
nothing but
situation.
sense.
Totally visible. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's it
Um,
for me.
Speaking of totally visible, it's Cyrus's turn.
Yep.
And you're no longer confused.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay.
You have agency to act. But before you do, you guys hear the cry of Echo off in the distance. And now it's your turn.
Does the cry echo off the valley?
A little bit, yeah. But it's very delayed, telling you it's pretty far away.
And does the time of the echo indicate how deep the valley is? The delay between the sound bouncing off the
Yeah.
walls and the floor of the valley?
Apparently, Hati has a degree in acoustics at this point.
It's probably about 700 feet, right? Based on the delay of the echo.
Mhm.
For Cyrus, he's thinking that this bridge is up several miles from the way the echo happens.
Jesus Christ.
No,
right,
Cyrus is a roll.
You know, it's fine because Cyrus used to fly, so I'm sure he can fall gracefully as well if, you know, push came to shove and someone shoved him off the bridge. But given that Cyrus doesn't attack at range, Cyrus can't really do anything. So
would you like to delay your set a ready to action in case
Ooh.
something comes within range you can make an attack then?
Yes, if the spectator or another monster appears near me, then I will take a swing with my longsword at it.
Sounds good. Okay. Moving right along to everyone's favorite smonster number 1. Smonster number 1 is going to look at, well, first, just go down the chain here and look at those 2 people. So I guess Cyrus and Pharaoh. And would you please make a DC 13 whiz save, both of you?
Whiz?
I'd rather not. Is that an option?
Yeah, auto failing is always an option.
Oh, I guess I'll roll then.
That's 5 for me.
Hey, same.
Nice. You guys are both terrified by this thing. It strikes some kind of fear into you. You're
Okay.
mechanically speaking frightened for 1 minute, so
Nice.
So we can't move towards it.
but at
And-
on your turn, you can use your action to try and redo this save at disadvantage.
All right. I know what I'm doing on my turn.
All
You
right.
think it's still
you
going to be
guys-
alive on your turn? You have no faith in our party.
Barrow has
Exactly.
fought these things before and survived, so it's cool.
Speaking of cool, it's Jens's turn.
Go spectate in a graveyard, and I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on this dude.
Nice.
Is it finally gonna succeed? Find out.
Toll the Dead's a save, right?
It is a save wisdom, I want to say.
That sounds
I think
right.
so.
Hopefully not
Um,
dexterity.
Emily, does
Yeah, that's right.
Vicious Mockery extend to saves, or is it just for attacks?
I think it's just disadvantage on attacks.
Okay.
I can check.
Yes, that would definitely be good to know right about now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's attack rolls only.
Jens, what's your save DC, and if is it truly wisdom?
It is wisdom and it is 13.
Then the spectator succeeds. Being
Oh, no.
on a bridge made of bones, not particularly frightened of death, apparently. Um, would you like to do anything else with your turn?
Nope, that's my turn.
No. One
I,
day.
I expected
One
you guys
day.
to roll so well, but I guess I'm doing a lot of the rolling over here. Hati, it is your turn now.
I feel like I've had enough of this guy, so I'm gonna shoot another crossbow at it.
Nice.
And
Fire at will.
fire at will. Hopefully this time not with disadvantage. And it's a nat 20. Look at that.
Yeah, roll double damage.
Yeah.
Bye, Will.
Bye.
Nice.
So
Thank
it's a
you.
2d8 plus 1 damage. And that's, oh my god, 16 damage. Rolled an 8 and a 7.
Nice.
All right, tell us how you do it.
Oh, this is going straight into his eye, of course. As
Yeah,
you do with the Cyclops.
You fire the crossbow bolt straight into its eye, and this thing explodes like a balloon filled with jelly, splattering all over the place, not really
Like
hitting
an
any of you
80s
guys.
horror movie. The head
Yeah,
explosion effects.
exactly. And this thing tumbles far to the ground. Yeah. So you guys are now out of combat and continue moving along, but you don't move very far before something else pops up on this bridge. So you guys move on a little
Re-roll
bit.
our initiative.
I'm just gonna keep initiative the same just for ease of combat. So I'll roll their initiative, but I already have that here. So
Got it.
Riley, if you want to update it, you can put V1 at the very bottom because they rolled a nat 1.
Monster?
Monster.
Can
The
we,
monster.
Monster.
And
sorry,
then
can we
then
say
V,
that
v,
Vero,
Monster.
V2 was above Vero because they rolled a 2. So we got V2 and then V1.
am I correct in assuming that we are no longer frightened because the source of our fear is vanquished?
Pronounced veto.
Or at least that's what I'm going with.
Makes sense. I mean, I can't be afraid of it if it's dead if it's dead now, so
Exactly.
well, yeah.
Extra bad.
So you guys are further along, but the order hasn't changed. And yeah, I guess so. If we're keeping the same initiative, it's kind of like these guys surprise you because you don't see them coming, and then we'll go to the top of the initiative. So if you're wondering why they're acting out of initiative, it's because your guys' passives was too low.
If we're keeping the same initiative, does that mean that this doesn't technically count as a new encounter for the terms
is-
of our features,
Ooh, that's a good question.
like battle, courage, and parry?
I'm gonna treat this all as one encounter.
Okay.
Okay. These guys are different.
They are different. These are little flying rotten heads with bat wings out of their ears, or what appears to be their ears. They look very corrupt and evil. If you had to say, like, hey, that looks pretty evil. That's an evil thing. And yeah, they're screeching at you in nonsensical sounds, but they're gonna fly up to both. I guess fly up right into the face of both Orpheus and Jens, and they let out this oh, actually, no, they don't let out anything. They're gonna try and bite you guys. So both of you are attacked at the same time, and wow, wow. I made these guys seem so scary, and then Jens, what's your armor class? Is it like 12?
11.
Perfect. Okay. Orpheus, the one misses you, but Jens, this one bites you, and it deals poison damage to you.
Oh no.
Oh,
Speed is
yes.
halved.
No.
Okay,
Just
that's
stop
their
for a
turn.
long rest on this bridge after this fight. It's all good.
It's Cyrus's turn.
Okay. Cyrus is going to make a long sword attack at the flying thing that just attacked Jens. Because I can reach that.
Yep.
All right. 11 on the die, which makes it a 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Nice. That's a D8. If I can find the right die. So that's going to be 10 points of slashing damage.
Damn. Yeah, you cut this thing down its incredibly ugly face, making it even uglier, which you didn't think was possible, but apparently it was.
Well, now I kind of feel bad.
You should.
But that's gonna be my turn.
All right. Then that takes us to Jens. Jens, this thing that bit you so rudely without asking if you're okay with it.
Bu- 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 bu. Torn between going for Toll of the Dead again or trying to patch myself up. Since this thing is currently fighting me, it doesn't seem like a great time to bandage myself. So we're gonna go for Toll the Dead.
You need someone else to heal you, remember?
Oh yeah, copy that.
Yeah.
Makes that
Told the
decision
Dead, though.
easier. Yeah.
So
No,
Told
no
the Dead.
quips. Just making sure I get the spell right.
It's cool to get things right than to try to be cool.
13, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Fails.
Yes.
No!
Yes.
Oh wait, yes.
Go!
Oh,
You
I
did
thought
it!
failed was a bad. I thought the spell failed. That was confusing.
No, the spell is a success. The flying
Yay.
man with
Hooray.
bat wings failed.
For
Good.
a whopping 3 points of damage.
Hey.
It was all worth it.
Hey, damage is damage. Damage is
Damage
damage.
is damage.
Damage is damage.
Yeah,
But still, like
this thing,
three on the first roll of a d12.
this thing is
At least
terrified
you
by
got
its own mortality.
Good. It deserves it.
Dang, Cyrus.
Cool.
Well,
That's my
it
exciting turn.
attacked my friend.
And with that, it is Hati. Hati,
Can
you can also
I-
hit the same one. Yeah.
Yeah. I will go for hitting that one, the same one there. And this time I can actually swing, right?
Yep.
So I can, ooh, that's nice. I'll swing my battle axe towards it.
Mhm.
10 to hit.
You swing with your battle axe, but you're a little rusty. You were used to the light crossbow, and with the extra weight, you just came up a little bit short.
Well, That's my turn then.
Would you like to parry?
I thought you said we cannot. Is it a different encounter?
Yeah,
can
you
I
we
said
thought
do
it
that
was-
this was all the same encounter, so we don't, and so it's no longer the first turn of combat. It
Right.
wasn't
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
first weapon attacks.
First turn combat. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Never mind then. I just teased
Okay.
you a little bit.
Ooh, actually, what was the use doing the like healing with the as a medicine check? Was that a bonus action or
That's an
just an
action.
action? That's an action. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, Orpheus, 'tis your turn.
Right. I'm gonna try to use my knowledge of balancing the humors to heal Jens.
Yes, you are just a little bit away from Yen, so you're just gonna have to push your way past, but you can push up to there. And then you're just
Okay.
in an uncomfortable situation where you're squished between these two people, and it's going to make it difficult for them to attack. But it's fine.
Like, excuse me, excuse me.
Sorry, Orpheus, I'll try to get out of your way, but like we're in the middle of something here.
I got a 17 though.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Conrad is engaged in combat. You can't move through his space.
Oh man. Okay.
You can go up and heal Cyrus, though.
Cyrus doesn't need healing. He's perfectly fine.
Okay. I'm really sorry about your wasted roll. You can use that roll on an attack if you'd like to hit them.
But my attacks are saving throws. I guess I could use my crossbow. Can I take my crossbow out?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
let
We
you.
do some kind of combined athletic situation where we use my turn as well, and then Orpheus like runs up me, runs up my club, uses that as a stairway, and then I like vault Orpheus over the rest of the party to the other side.
The problem is that they're all engaged in combat right now, so it would be
Right.
it's not like conducive to going through and not being knocked off the bridge potentially.
Oh, but have
Yeah.
you considered that it would be super cool?
Yeah, I actually have. I just didn't think you'd want to fall off the bridge.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's
But that's-
Probably not worth the risk.
and this is
As
how
cool as it would
Orpheus-
be.
It would be really cool, and you're totally welcome to do it. I just want you to be informed of the risks.
Okay. I'll shoot it with my crossbow.
All right, and with a 17, or I'm assuming adding the other modifiers doesn't make it worse, so
Yeah, it just becomes, I guess, 2 more, so 19. Yeah.
yes. That actually hits. 17 was but yeah,
Yay!
19 hits.
Let's
Yeah, so
go.
you whack this thing with your crossbow, and what's the damage?
6 damage.
This is number 2. Oh. Would you shoot at the one that they're engaged with so you're not disadvantaged because the other one's in close combat with you?
Oh, right, it's right in front of my face.
It's right in front
Yeah, I'll
of your
hit the
face.
other one.
Yeah.
This feels like a sword would have been a smarter move to pull out at this point, but you know, sometimes in the heat of battle, things get weird.
You're protecting your friend who's been hit a couple of times. It's fine.
So you're hitting the one right in front of your face?
No, I'm hitting the other one.
Okay. So how much damage was it again? Sorry, I just scribbled a bunch of
6.
things. 6. Okay.
6.
Alrighty, that's that then. Cool. And with that, it is Samson's turn.
Nice. Is this technically another combat? Sorry if we've already covered this and I wasn't paying attention.
No worries. It's the same combat effectively.
Okay, so we can't use battle courage again.
You can use your inspiration still.
Yep.
It should still be active, yeah.
That hasn't
For sure.
traded yet.
Sweet. Okay, well, I'm just gonna take a swing at this one that's closest to me. It's within striking distance, right? Even though it's on an angle.
Yeah, we've been doing angles are okay.
Sweet. Cool. 16 plus 4 is 20.
Nice. That definitely hits. And you can bonk this thing.
Nice. See how much bonking we do. 7 plus 3 is 10 bonkage.
Nice.
And
So many good rolls.
can I use my Crusher Feet to bop it in the direction down the bridge so that somebody else can get within striking distance of it on their turn.
Is it a shove or is it just pushing 5 feet? I guess if it's floating, I would allow it because it's just in a direction. So
Yeah, it says move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space, provided the target is no more than one size larger than you.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that works. You can shove it down. It resists being stunned by the big club, but it does take, sorry, how much was it again? 10 damage?
10 damage, yeah.
Yeah, and this thing is pushed 5 feet down below the bridge. So I just laid it down so we know it's 5 feet down.
Not below the bridge, but like up the length of the bridge so that somebody else can hit it
Towards-
again.
Oh, like this way.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
see. I misunderstood there. Yeah.
So somebody else can hit it again before my next turn.
We just pass
Yeah.
it back and forth.
Well, you guys can't push back.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess you could use
Damn.
your turn to shove if you wanted to.
As we try, we just fall off the bridge.
Speaking of
Forfeit.
using their turn, it is at this moment the party realizes that under the bridge floats up another spectator scepter.
Oh boy.
yay.
So there are 17 enemies in this combat. Great.
There was
Aw.
less than that.
We'll see.
It's definitely less than 17.
16.
Sweet 16. And this spectator is going to stare at Orpheus and Jens. And Orpheus and Jens. Or sorry, Vero and Jens.
Oh, good.
And I need you to make a DC 13 Constitution save.
Oh, Constitution. That is exactly as bad as Wisdom, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is.
I have a 12.
It paused on 20 for a second and then tipped over to 1. 2. Sorry, tipped over to 2. So that's a -3 for me.
You are both paralyzed.
Right
On your
before my
turns,
turn.
on your turns, you can repeat this saving throw with
At
regular
the start
advantage.
or end of our turns?
End of your turn. So it's effectively is your turn to do that save.
All right.
And then it is
Okay.
the second V's turn. So we can add S3 if we want, Riley, or we can just remember it goes before V2. But V2 is going to attack Vero. And Vero, it's going to whisper something at you in a language I don't think you understand. Just gonna double check to make sure you
I
don't.
just know like giant and common.
Definitely not these languages. It's a more foul and unsavory kind of language. Something a kind gentleman like yourself would not be exposed to. Yeah. These are very foul words that are being uttered your direction. And I need you to make a DC 12 charisma save.
All right. That is the kind of save that Barrow knows how to make. That's a 14.
Hey, you're fine. Okay.
Nice.
Whatever these words were, they were really upsetting to hear, but you managed to resist whatever effect they were going to have. Yeah,
Nice.
and that's its whole turn, so that takes us to Vero.
Well, Barrow is paralyzed, and so I'm gonna roll my DC 18 Constitution check.
It's DC 13.
I
Is
got a
it though?
4.
Well, oh, you do get proficiency in the save though, Clay. So you do get
Five.
it's only -4.
Oh, so I got a 0. instead of a
Nice.
-1.
But you only need a 17, is what I was trying to say.
Oh, that's so easy.
Um,
Okay, that's my turn.
It is the other one's turn, and it's going to whisper these awful words at Jens. And Jens, you also don't understand these, not because you're not upstanding gentleman, but just because it's not a language you speak. And I need you to make that charisma save. So DC 12 charisma save.
Oh, charisma save. All right. Yeah, that's an 8 on the die. That's not gonna happen.
You don't feel good. You feel sick. I'm gonna write down something on your character sheet to mark this. I guess I'll say it. You what's the your skin is starting to pus a little bit, and you're getting the start formations of some boils. You can't really tell this, but you're feeling some sores on your face a little bit.
Highly
And yeah,
imbalanced tumors is what I'm hearing.
yes, highly unbalanced tumors. Yes.
Yes.
The screams have upset the balance of the humors in your body, and yeah,
Right.
it's not a good time.
All right.
Yeah, mark down on your condition page somewhere that you have Abyssal Curse.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll talk more about this later.
Sounds rough, buddy.
Not great. I'm starting to again. Going down the valley would have been nice.
No.
Maybe
This is the right path.
You're so right, Hattie. You're so right.
Jens can't speak right now.
I'm not even sure if Jens registers what Hati says.